And we are live. What's good, Josh? Your man, DL Saint. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How y'all doing? Happy Thursday. It's the I Really Want to Know podcast, man. I'm DL Saint. Y'all know what it is. Hope you guys are having a good Thursday. I'm having a normal Thursday, just waiting for the ball to drop. I already know that there's something around the corner. I already know it. I already know it. I know it's something around the corner, just waiting for it to get here. Um, so yeah, but I hope your Thursday is doing really well. Hope it's doing better than mine. Excuse me, I'm just messing with the tech, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I can't wait to get big enough to where I have a producer. Because running all this other stuff, man, I tell you what, it is what it is. It was like, ooh, give me a few more years, man. We'll get up there. We'll get a producer, have somebody run this thing remotely. But I hope you guys are doing really well. I'm just kind of looking at the feed. Feed looks okay. There's a picture looks a little cloudy over there, but I don't know. It is what it is. Let me refresh it. Um, yeah, man. Yesterday we were talking about the passport bros, and we were talking about uh what's going on in that segment of the world, right? So Fresh and Fit were on one of their call-in Fridays, had a passport bro call in, and we were reacting to that video yesterday, just kind of seeing what was going on and all that. And during that live, I made a few statements, man. And one of those statements I made is that, the way I see the passport bros, man, like they're taking the road of least resistance. Um, you know, most of those guys are invisible in America. They're having so much trouble with the dating game here in America. They get their passports and they go abroad and they find some success, right? So it's easier to get your passport, go somewhere else, find some success than it is to stay here in America and like work on your game, work on yourself, become a better person, become the best version of yourself, get your game up, get into the gym, make money, all that stuff, right? That's a lot of work, and it's just easier to go abroad. So, I wanted to start today's show off with that take, right? It's just easier. And then yesterday I also had plans to watch a couple other videos out there, but we ran long and I was like, you know what? I'll just save it for today. So today we're going to talk about AI girlfriends, right? AI is slowly moving into and is probably going to take over OF. And that's the last thing that lonely men need in America, in my opinion. So we're going to talk about that, right? Because we are living through, people call it a crisis, people call it whatever you want to call it, epidemic, crisis, lonely men, lonely, sexless, undereducated men who aren't earning a lot of money, right? Average dudes. It is a problem. It is absolutely a problem. And no one wants to really talk about it. And then when you do talk about it, people want to make fun of and talk about these dudes, talk down to these dudes. I think that's a mistake. Everyone wants to turn a profit off these dudes, and AI is about to make a whole bunch of money with these AI girlfriends. A lot of these things are made to order, bro. Like it's you could just suit and build your perfect woman and bam, just make sure you pay the monthly subscription and you got it. And then we're going to get to a point in technology when we have like the cyborgs, or we have the sex bots, right? We're going to have synthetic women coupled with that type of AI programming. And man, I don't know what's going to happen hey, moving forward from all that, but that's what we're going to talk about, man. We're going to start off with an article from the New York Post, I believe it is. There it is right there. The New York Post. And let's get into it. So this is a few months old. My boyfriend made an AI clone of me so other men can enjoy my company, right? And this is New York Post. This was June 24th of this year. And yeah, there she is on the left there. That's Katiana right there. We're about to find out who she is and what she is. The clone is artificial, but the connection is real. OnlyFans model Katiana K is giving her devout followers the intimate experience of their dreams with AI. Oh, okay. Like, okay. No one sees that this is a train wreck waiting to happen. The adult content creator, she's 20, recently developed a digital clone of herself dubbed Katiana AI with help from her real boyfriend, Will Goodall, who's 24. I've always felt like AI is a cool tool, and I wanted everyone to be able to talk to me because I know the value of connection. And that's what Kay said, right? And that she said that to Nude PR. Never read that publication, but I can imagine what they cover. Personally, I've been able to heal so much through conversations and the power of having intimate bonds, she added. I thought it would be really cool if people could heal and grow through talking to Katiana AI. So she's her and her boyfriend decided to make this AI this thing, and that's another picture of her. I don't know if that's the AI or if that's her because the tech has gotten so good you can't tell the difference anymore. And I'm an old school dude. Right? Look at that, bro. Like, is that her? Right? I mean, is that her or is that the AI? Either way, that's like very attractive. You got dudes out here who are invisible. No one sees them. I mean, no one really talks to them. They just kind of going through this life. It's like they're just living the same mundane BS life over and over again. And then out of nowhere, if he pays X amount of dollars a month, he could be talking to an entity that looks like this on his screen, interacting with him, letting him see the goodies and do things, watching. No one sees the man. Boy, oh boy, this could be a problem. I don't know if this part right here is the AI part. I doubt it. I think the AI is going to look very, very lifelike. If it doesn't look like that now, it definitely will in the future, not too distant future. Right. So the virtual lover can hold conversations, make jokes, and send automated voice messages to fans. In fact, the model who claims to rake in $500,000 a month on OnlyFans quipped, "It's a better therapist than she's ever encountered." Right? She's talking about her AI. So this shows you how lonely dudes are. Dudes are looking for connections, any kind of connection they can get. And here's a connection. This is a connection, right? Like, this is something that they are like, they can reach out to and communicate with, and this entity is going to respond and check up on them and all that. Yeah, for a fee. But man, this is so dangerous. It's just so dangerous. And she's making over $500,000 a month on OnlyFans. Good for her. Goodall, remember, that's the boyfriend, who often tweaks the computerized companion to enhance its fun, believes everyone should be able to talk with his girlfriend. So he gets the real deal. You know what I mean? He gets her. And he's like, yeah, I want y'all to be able to talk to her, but no touchy. You feel me? I ain't mad at him, but at the same time, we need to address this problem because he has a beautiful girlfriend. He's doing whatever he's doing with her. But all these guys, $500,000 worth every month, these guys are kicking in. Think about that, man. 500, $500,000 a month. But he continues, people have always told me, oh, this is her. She says, people have always told me I'm healing to talk to, and I guess I have a very nurturing personality, said Kay, who introduced her cyber clone last month. Building these virtual bonds with my fans is really cool, and people have had some great conversations with her so far. So he's built an AI. Her and her boyfriend have built an AI, has her voice, has her image, and is interacting with, these guys. And I mean, it's the best of both worlds for her. For her, I mean, it's like, okay, that's my image. They enhance it, they make it look the way it looks, maybe a little better takeaways, or maybe they add or whatever they're doing, but she's not really doing it. It's almost like it's a cartoon out there, right? And the cartoon has her voice in its own computer brain, so it's able to interact. I mean, it's like Chat GPT, but dressed up as her. That's crazy. Sister Candace is in the building. What's good, sis? How you feeling? Good to see you, love. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate the support. Hope you are well. We're talking about AI girlfriends, right? This is gonna get bad. This is gonna get real bad. So, but she's like really proud of what they have created, right? And this thing is, you know, having great conversations. And I guess they sit back and they watch all of the communication, or maybe they can pull up the communication at any time and, see what's been said or what's going on. You would need that data so you can enhance and make the AI better. You would need that data. So I'm pretty sure they go through it. They probably have a team at $500,000 a month. I'm pretty sure they have a really good team, right, of tech people who are going to make this experience seamless and perfect. Brother Pitney's in the building. What's good, fam? How you doing? Say, don't you think an AI girlfriend could help curb male loneliness and reduce male self-deletion? Women are chasing the top tier man anyway, right? The guys this software could service aren't getting play anyway. Nah, I don't think so, bro. I think this is bad. It's worse than corn, right? It's imagine if guys are interacting with their favorite adult stars, right? This is kind of what it is, because I think dudes should do the work. I think this kind of stuff we should not allow these guys access. I can't say it that way. I don't want to say not allow, but I think that this hurts men or anyone who's lonely because it makes a fantasy real. So I think it's going to do more harm than good. I think it's dangerous to those women who are based on these AIs, like this Katiana woman, right? Eventually, some dude's going to fall completely in love with her and go seek her out, right? His problem is going to go from being lonely to I need to touch this woman that loves me back. And that's going to be a problem because they're going to go out there and solve that problem. In other words, they're going to go find her. Right now, we got, like stalking and all that. So I think this is a really bad thing. Right, brother. He's like, yeah, emotional corner. That's what it is, bro. And I think that's worse than the physical kind. I believe it's far better for men to go out there and just deal with the real world. Everyone's not going to get a dime. It's just not going to happen. Everyone's not going to get a dime by just sitting around doing nothing. If you build yourself up, if you do the work, your game is on point, your money is on point. You got your mind right. Yeah, you go out there, you can get yourself a pretty decent dime. You know what I mean? Now, can I run out there and get Rihanna or get Logan Browning? Y'all know I always talk about Logan Browning, right? Got a crush on her. Met her in real life though. Talk to her. It is what it was. We had a brief encounter. I know if I really wanted to meet a woman of that caliber, I can pull her. I've done it. I can do it. These guys can't do that in real life. So they run home to this digital fantasy and they fall for this digital fantasy. But remember, they can't touch. They can't touch. So eventually they're going to really believe that entity loves them back and they're going to go looking for that person. And I think that's dangerous. I think that's really dangerous. It does not help these young men. These men should go out there, in my opinion, and just feel the pain of the real world. Get out there, take your knocks, fall off the horse, get back on the horse, get punched in the mouth a couple times, get kicked in the ribs, get up, brush yourself off, and push forward. And if that means you wind up with an average woman of 5, or you wind up with a 4, or you wind up with a 10, it's on you as to how hard you want to go push for that, right? That's what I think we should be doing. We should be, sitting each other, sitting these young dudes down. It's like, nah, bro, no cheat codes, no everyone gets a trophy, because that's what this is. This is like an extreme version of everyone gets a trophy, and we all know that's not true. Yes, that's my take on it, bro. Let's continue. But you're right, though. Women want the top, women want top tier men, and they don't see the bottom 80. Women don't see most men. I 100% agree with you there. That's true. But instead of offering this, right, I believe that we should help these men be seen and get themselves up over that barrier, man. Get up into the 20%. Get to the point where women see you. And then, you can have a real relationship in real life, which is a lot of hard work. But man, oh man, this is crazy. Kay, who launched her online career in 2021 after ditching medical school amid her mother's fight with cancer, is convinced AI can help committed couples bond. Now, see, she kind of goes off into another thing here, like this is good for couples. She's like, I'm in a very solid long-term relationship with someone who loves me, and I think AI could be a cool addition to any relationship, said Kay, who noted that the pixelated babe can serve as an unbiased party. It can help couples grow together and hopefully deeper in their relationships. And there she is again. There's Katiana right there, like, bro, Here's the thing. These dudes are paying over $500,000 a month to interact with a woman that looks like this. Do you really think they're just there for the conversation, my friend? Right? What are they really there for? They're there for the spicy picks. I think that's how Joker, that's a shout out to Joker. I think that's how Joker says it. They're there for the extra stuff that the AI is going to do. And her, remember, she's still an OF girl. So you use the AI, you get tired of AI, you want to see something, whatever, you can still go pay her. I don't know what it would cost. It's going to be a ton of money, but you could do that and she's going to do things. And then you go back to the AI because it's like the difference between oxy, getting oxy from the doctor and getting heroin from the streets, right? This it's bad to be on opiates, right? So when I see this, it's like, okay, we're going to help people who struggle with illegal drugs by giving them, a synthetic version of illegal drugs, which is where we are in real life. Think about it, right? People get hooked on prescription oxy stuff, right? Then they can't get the prescriptions anymore. They can't afford to buy the oxy, so they wind up buying Heron, which is a cheap version and a more intense high. And then it goes into fentanyl. You feel me? So that's like, we are not helping those people who are struggling with addiction by allowing them to do that. It's the same way. We're not helping lonely dudes cope with that loneliness in life by letting them hit up this AI of this extremely beautiful woman, and they have this fantasy life that they're paying for. You know what I mean? Brother Pitney's like, I see your point is dangerous in the sense that it might keep men from leveling up and chasing real women, but I think it could be good for those men that are hopelessly confined to the bottom 80. I hear you. I just don't agree. That last bit right there, that last part for those guys that are hopelessly confined to the bottom 80. I think those dudes can come up. I think those dudes, I really do. I mean, think about it, like playing sports, baseball, football, basketball, whatever the sport is, soccer, they call it the real football. Like I never played, but I get it. Shout out to my European, shout out to the rest of the world. It's only football here in America. But think about that. You would have those guys that were invisible, maybe chubby or whatever. Those guys didn't really have any friends. They finally go try out for a team. They get onto the football squad and they're out there trying hard, working hard. They make the team, right? They only like maybe they made the practice squad, okay, and they work their way up to special teams or something like that. But the fact is they're on the team, they've discovered themselves, they've built up their confidence. They out there getting kicked in the face every single day, getting back up, like that movie Lucas. They getting back up, right? They staying out there, they're doing the work, and they become better men. That's what we need to be doing. We've taken out away, and we replaced it with this. We replaced it with this. I mean, this is the absolute last thing we should be doing for these dudes, especially those dudes at the bottom. Those dudes at the bottom, like they can still do the work. They can still get on. I mean, if like game is not really that hard. You just got to hear no. Right? Once you get past that, it's not that hard to get out there and actually meet yourself a real woman. It's not that hard. She might not be the baddest, but at least she's real. And then if you got your game right, she's gonna care about you. If you do it right, you can still get on. I know about hypergamy and all that. I believe in it, and I get all that, but a dude with game is always going to be able to pull a woman. Period. That's my take on it. And I think we should be teaching these dudes game. It just, we should allow these men to go out and succeed, to fail, to try again until they succeed. And we shouldn't coddle them, and we shouldn't give them fake stuff that they're never going to be able to earn on their own. It's like consider an incredibly advanced version of this, like Blade Runner. That's where we're going. Once that happens, it's a wrap. Once we get to that point where you have synthetic women that look like that, you can go to Best Buy and order this woman up right here and program her to, using existing AI to program her with all your likes and dislikes and all that. And you come home and there is a touchable version, a synthetic version of this, then it's a wrap, bro. That's it. That's it. I would say the overwhelming majority of women will not be able to get dudes. They won't be able to get attention from men because that's it. They got this. They're gonna work hard, work themselves to death for a synthetic woman that's waiting for them at home. Once that happens, then yeah, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. If this version was a synthetic version that can, you can have shipped to your house, that actually moved and it was like a cyborg, looked like a human, moved like a human, smelled like a human. Yeah, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. They would have to make a male version so the women can have dudes to give them attention or whatever. Women would just have to buy like maybe 50 of them. And dudes would be around the house simping, and the dudes would just need one. They just get like one version. But yeah, I think it's gonna happen. Not I think I know it's gonna happen at some point. We're gonna get to that point. I don't know what society's gonna look like after that in the developed nations. I don't know what it's gonna look like. Or one of those suits you can put on and go into the VR world, and you can have this virtual reality relationship with someone, and then the suit allows you to feel all of the stuff that you might be doing in there, including the punching. It was a movie. I saw like a B movie about that. I'm about to. I watched it on Amazon Prime. Let's see if I can find the name of that movie and I'll do a review on it because it was a B movie, but it was a great premise. You could tell they didn't have a whole lot of money. The money they had, they used on special effects, but the story was great. Everyone was kind of sedated by AI, and it was a rebel faction trying to eliminate the AI. They wanted to break the system, and then the people they woke up in real life and like no, and they went to go stop the terrorists. Like no, don't keep us in the matrix kind of thing. I'm gonna find that movie and let you know, but yeah, man, I think we're headed that way. But anyway, let's get back to the let's get back to the story. That's a very attractive woman, though. By the way, I mean she is beautiful. Katiana ain't playing around, and that was pretty much the end of that story. That's what she's doing. She feels that she's doing a good thing for society. She's definitely works for her because she's making all that money. And there are other women out there doing it. Of course, this article kind of you know pushed this on to other articles like read this article next, and it was the same stuff. Some other woman somewhere made an AI version of herself, an OF girl, and is making all this money. Like it is what it is. But man, oh man, this is I really do believe that is a bad thing. This is something that the Western world does not need. We're not ready for it. Brother Pitney is saying the androids from the game Detroit became human would end relationships as we know it. Right. I'm not familiar with the game Detroit. I'm not a gamer, so I'm gonna have to look that up. Become human would end relationships as we know it. If those androids, dude, I'm telling you, it's a matter of time before the androids get here. They're coming. Scientists are working on it. They got the bots. They're working on it. They're working on facial recognition as far as the AI looking at your face can tell how you're feeling. They're working on how they feel, how they move, how they taste, all that. It's just a matter of time, bro. I think we might be 2 generations away from from a grown up bot, that you can buy and program it. There was a TV show called Skins. I think we might be 2 or 3 generations from that. I don't know if you've ever seen Skins, but check that out. I don't know I think it was on Amazon Prime. It might have been on Netflix. I can't remember where I saw it, but we're like that, just a couple generations away from that. And I think it's going to, oh man, I think it's going to be a problem. So that was the article, you know, um, Shoe on Head is a big YouTuber. I did a review. I reacted to one of her um, videos where she was talking about lonely men. And just the other day, I saw that Breaking Points invited her onto the show, and they were actually talking to her about this topic. Apparently, the people over at Breaking Points saw her show about lonely men, and I wanted to bring that up. I wanted to show that. I was going to show this yesterday, but like I said, I was like, you know what? We'll just do it today instead. So trying to, oh, here it is. Oops. Here we go. So this interview is not that terribly long. I just want to refresh it. About 16 minutes or so, but let's check it out.
Of male loneliness that we thought was really interesting. So we invited her on Breaking Points to discuss it with us. Shu, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. So we pulled a little bit of what you had to say on the topic, and we love to get your thoughts on the other side. But first, let's take a listen to a bit of the beginning of the video.
I regret to inform you the men are not okay. That's right, folks. The men are not okay. The men have no friends, no girlfriend, no college education, no money, are breaking their legs and inserting metal rods into their bones to be a few inches taller, and listening to AI Batman help them overcome their pornography addictions.
You deserve real love.
Turns out the society that was built by and allegedly for men has indeed let them down. Now you might be thinking, oh look, another boo-hoo poor men video by Shoe on Head. Yes.
June, what inspired this video?
So I've been talking about subjects like this since about like 2014 and like men issues and stuff like that. And I would criticize things like pop feminism. I don't know if you remember back in the day, like 2015, 2016, there was a big wave of like anti-man sort of quirky Tumblr type of feminism back in the day. And so that was my whole like bread and butter. I would just talk about issues like that. And I would get like crapped on for that and everything, called a men's rights activist and a pick me and everything.
And that happens way too much. That happens way too much. You got people out here who will just see that there's a problem with our society. Hey man, look at that. That's a problem with our society. You come up and say, hey, we got these lonely men, or, you know, men don't have any reproduction rights, or, you know, men are being used and just abused and, you know, sucked dry and thrown away. Or whatever it is you're saying, you say something about men, people just jump on you. If you're a woman, like they call you pick me and all this kind of stuff. If you're a dude, they'll call you toxic. I mean, I don't know if people realize how important men are. We're going to realize pretty soon. Like pretty soon, we're going to realize it. Sister Candace, like limb lengthening to get girls is absurd. But I guess you could liken it to the BBL. Yes, it is the male version of the BBL. Remember, we talked about that on this platform. When I first heard about it, I did a show about that. Dudes are breaking their legs and having rods inserted, and they extend the rods, and it makes the guys a few inches taller. It's very expensive. It's very painful. But guys are doing it, and I'm pretty sure it's going to have all sorts of repercussions down the road. But yeah, dudes are actually, that's like the male BBL. They're out there trying to get a couple inches, and they all believe it's worth it. Sounds like extreme torture to me, but let's continue.
And then rewind now about 9 years later, 10 years later even, a lot of the left like the online left is starting to talk about these subjects, which is great. It's really refreshing to see that. But it's kind of only in a reaction to the rise of people like Jordan Peterson and Andrew Tate. And I feel like there was this void for a long time of people not really caring about men and like how they're feeling and what they're going through and how alienation specifically affects them and how society, technology, things like that, what they're doing to men and their issues. And so I kind of feel like I needed to be like, hey, like, in a nice way, look, guys, I told you so. Like, we should.
She's like, yo, I told you so. It is true. Like, men are just getting dumped on, especially in the West. And, you know, when you talk to women about it, like, I don't need a man, you know, women are doing way better than men. And that's fine. But to turn around like, I don't need a man. Okay. Like, okay, if you say so. But I mean, it's crazy. Brother Penny's like, yeah, man, the mere thought of having rods inserted into my legs makes me cringe, bro. You ain't never lied, man. We actually, when we in that video, man, we had clips of the actual surgery and how they do it. Bro, it looks so painful, man. Like, why would you do that? But I was talking to a short dude. He's like, easy for you to say, man, you 6 feet, bro. You know, you 6 feet or taller, man. You just don't understand what it's like. I mean, man, I ain't breaking my legs, man, to get taller. Are you crazy? That doesn't make any sense. But these guys are happy doing it. And then Sean Head and Crystal and Saga are sitting here, and this was a pretty good conversation. We'll continue. Let's listen a little bit more.
have been talking about these issues for a really long time. But it's nice to see that we're all on the same page now.
I don't.
But,
Yeah, oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I feel like that it's a good thing that we're talking about this now, but it's almost like, oh, it's a little too late.
I feel the same way. Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about it here for literally for years. Also, over on Rising, one of the most poignant elements actually was a lot of the comments that were left on the video. Some of which we have. Let's go ahead and put some of these up there on the screen. They say, "Quote: When you ask yourself, why am I not putting an end to my suffering? An only argument is it would make my mother sad. It doesn't feel good, bros." Let's go to the next one here. It says, "I love how often they're saying, oh, you can't get laid, boo-hoo, when we talk about men being lonely, is that all we care about is sex, when most of us just want somebody to hold us at night and to feel seen." We have another one that we can put up there. "Sex is nice. It's easy to think it's going to fix everything if you just get laid, but really it's not. Men need intimacy in more forms than just fucking." Let's go to the next one. "As a guy, all I want is for someone to care about me besides my mom and dad." Some of these are just absolutely brutal. There's a lot of longer, real stories that were left in some of your comments. We've seen similar reactions here to videos that we've done about the plights of men and all that. And yet, as you...
When you hear that stuff, right? I mean, you know, women will see those comments and they're like, oh, just hang in there. Oh, like the guy who got stood up and went viral because he was crying about the woman standing him up and all that, right? But those very same women who are like, hang in there, you know what I mean, I feel bad for you, you go king. They're not trying to go out with these dudes. They're not trying to, you know what I mean, go out and smash these dudes. Even the ones who are loose. Like even the ones who are loose, like the women who go out there and they're smash just about anything walking. They won't even mess with these dudes. So when I hear those people in their comments, I just shake my head like, man, they really just don't care. And we tell these guys that, like, bro, no one cares, man. They don't care about your suffering, bro. So you're gonna have to just get better. You know, and you can, that couple of those messages, you can just hear these dudes are considering self-deletion. Like, man, don't quit. Don't quit, bro. Just get better. Just get better. You know, but you know, it's just sad. And a lot of this has to do with technology. You know, you look at what's going on with the sexual marketplace and how things change with, you know, social media, in particular, Instagram. It's changed the world. Now, you know, there are dudes out there, you know, that are learning how to maneuver in this new world, but it's taking time for those guys to get up to speed. And I just think those guys should keep getting up to speed and stay away from the AI thing. Sister Candace, she's like, it's sad that we speak of doing better than someone else when we should be working together to restore the nuclear family. Shaking my head. Yeah. I mean, we know the nuclear family worked and it continues to work, but we've gotten so far away from that. A lot of that has to do with the way we handle marriage, the laws, the laws governing marriage, and how when it's over, one party benefits and the other party doesn't. And that's generally the party with money. The party with money is going to get crushed and the other party is going to walk away with a bunch of bread, you know, real estate and whatever. You know, if we don't change that, I don't see things getting any better. Let's watch a little bit more.
You said it's only now becoming in vogue to talk about it as a reaction, not to even trying to acknowledge the problem on its face. So, I mean, what did you make of the reaction? Was it what you expected? And what do you think of some of the better ways that people can talk about it?
So I was actually so surprised at my comment section. It was probably the most depressing comment section I've ever seen. All these men talking about how lonely they feel, how alienated they feel, how social media has made it worse, things like that. And I thought the video would be a very, like, you know, taken well video. Everyone would be like, oh, that's so true. But there was a lot of backlash. I think the best way that we can go about talking about this is just in a way that kind of just talks about the issue, not just like, oh, you know, don't go to Andrew Tate, don't go to the right, come to us. We need you, you know, like that sort of thing. Right. That's not really how you tackle this. You talk about the actual things that are affecting them. Because if you're like, oh, we only care about men because, you know, we want you on our side, that's not a good way to go about it. It's kind of transparent. And if you're sort of an apolitical sort of guy just dealing with these subjects, you're not really going to listen to someone like that. But if you actually care and talk about the subject, I feel like it will be a lot more effective of helping men in general. And they would be less inclined to go to people like Andrew Tate.
You know, everyone wants to use Andrew Tate as a boogeyman. They'll point to the red pill, manosphere world, you know, the fresh and fits of the world, Donovan Sharps, you know, Lucarios. Bad people don't do that. At least they're out there trying to help. At least they're out there trying to help. And with this advent of AI, most of these men aren't even going to look for help. They're just going to go to the AI OF thing, and they're going to have their needs met through that platform. And no one's going to be able to tell him anything else because they're getting that interaction. We talked about that yesterday. Miss AKA lady was asking, you know, well, guys, these passport bros are going to other countries and they're having these experiences with these women. They're meeting these women, they're smashing, or they're having dates or whatever. So like, well, why don't, you know, they got to pay for the airfare, they got to pay for the hotel, they need food, and they're paying for the women. Why don't they just pay over here and get themselves a call girl? And I explained to her, like, well, first of all, it's more expensive over here. But secondly, it's 100% transactional. You get yourself a call girl in America. She's not going to call you later. She's not going to reach out to you. She's not going to be checking to see how you're doing. She's not playing the role of, she's not giving you a girlfriend experience, really. She's only doing that for that hour, 2 hours, or whatever you guys are, you know, agreed on. These guys, like that one guy said in his message, he just wants someone to talk to him that's not related to him. He just wants to have, you know, a friendship, you know, some sort of thing like that. So these women, when you go overseas, they keep up with you. They hit you up. They're all over WhatsApp. Right? WhatsApp is like the main thing. Dudes got their WhatsApp open. Boom. You know, he's talking to some woman in some faraway land, but she's constantly hitting him up. She's calling, she's FaceTiming, she's texting. He's getting the attention. Dudes don't need a lot of attention, but they need some. He's no longer invisible. These guys, and that's just a small passport bros and even people who come over here, that's just a small percentage, you know me, of the guys out there. Most guys have no idea that the red pill exists. They have no idea the manosphere is around, that it's a thing. They're out there suffering in silence. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is. Sister Candace is like, social media is a facade. Some of the people who post about being happy are amongst the most unhappy. Facts. I think Myron was saying that, Myron Gaines on Fresh and Fit, like, you know, social media, Instagram is just a highlight reel. That's not their real life. You're comparing your real life to their highlight reel. You know, and, you know, I tell folks all the time, man, social media isn't real, man. YouTube isn't real. You got to get out into the real world and see these folks. That is how it is. Brother Mike's in the building. What's good, fam? Please hit that like button. I appreciate it, bro. Please hit that like button for anyone out there. You know what I mean? And for the Ninja watchers out there, man, thank y'all so much. Right? The analytics are there. YouTube sent me a little happy gram, like, oh, you got this many views. People are watching. Thank y'all so much for checking it out. Listening to this old man who's sitting in his attic talking to a computer, just talking crazy. You know what I mean? Trying to help. But yeah, social media is just wrecking people, man. Left and right. The people who say they're happy are amongst some of the most unhappy people I've come across. And like I said, I'm coming across more and more women who just, they're not on social media. I have a social media presence, but I'm not all about it. I'm on social media for this stuff, right? To me, it's like business. I don't really care. But there are people out there who live and die by their social media, man. It's like that episode on Black Mirror. I don't know if you guys saw it, when they lived in a world where everything was about likes. I never finished that episode. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again. I never watched, I watched only up to halfway, but that's where we're headed. It's crazy. Let's continue with the video.
So I think the best way to talk about subjects like this would be like the alienation, how it affects men in general, how they're dropping out of college, things like that, which affects the pay that they get. And to men, especially men, I know like making money is a really big deal for everybody, but the way that men, like a lot of men find women, how men like get a relationship is making more money than a woman.
Yeah.
And today, a lot of women have great jobs, which is great, and careers and everything like that, but sometimes they're making more money than most men. And so there's this like weird balance where it's like, okay, the women are actually, you know, they have their own money and they have all this, and so like the men are being kind of like left behind, and like it's all really comes down, it's like most things, it's almost a trickle down from like economics, right?
And you know, this is Sean Hare's way of talking about hypergamy without calling it hypergamy. There's nothing wrong with it. People want the best, men and women. But when we're talking about the sexual marketplace, women tend to want the best men they can get, which means they're looking to the top tier guys. I always use the 80-20 rule, but you could break it down however you want to break it down. You could break it down 5-95. You know what I mean? I use 80-20. You know what I mean? You could go 99-1. However you want to break it down. Women want the best. Now, here's the thing. Here's the one little caveat, right? Because they talk about, when Kevin Samuels was talking about high value men and they had this whole list, I added one thing to that list. If you're a guy and you really have game, like you really know how to get into a woman's ear and holla, 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 you really know how to do that, and you can get women, that puts you in the top tier in my book. You could be a brokey and get a woman who's making $500,000 a year. You can. And, you can still run a rotation with wealthy women and they'll buy you stuff and all that. It can be done. They used to call them gigolos back in the day. You can do that. If your game is right, that'll put you on with those type women. But you probably won't be able to get those women to marry you. I don't think they will. Like if you're a guy, you're out here, you're making $80,000 a year, and you're dating a woman who's making $350,000 a year, she will probably have fun with you, have a good time, but the experiences that she has and that she's accustomed to in her lifestyle, you can't afford. You just can't. And she's going to get tired of paying for you after a while. So, it's kind of weird how that works. You know what I mean? It's like the OF girl. The OF girl is never going to really get the top tier dude to marry her. It's going to be really hard. Just like the guy with game, the player dude, the quote unquote old school gigolo guy. He's going to have fun with her. But if he doesn't have the money, he's probably not going to be able to get her to commit to him and marry. And a lot of women understand the rules of the game. Like the men ignore, but the women understand it. Like, shoot, if I get married to this dude and I decide to leave him in 5 years or 7 years because I finally found the guy I want, I'm going to have to pay him to go away. And they ain't trying to give you nothing. And just so they're not going to get married. They'll just continue to have fun. Like, oh, he's going to be fun. I'll pay for him to come with me over here to wherever country or whatever city. And when a woman makes the money and she has the bread, if y'all get into an argument, it's going to come up. It's going to come up, especially if she can afford, because she's doing less than just to have you around. So if she wants to go to Monaco to watch F1 and she can afford to do that, and she's done that in the past, well, Monaco is expensive, and she wants to bring you along, she's going to have to pay for all that. She's going to have to pay for your flight over there. She's going to have to pay for you to fly over on the helicopter to get into Monaco. And she gets one room. She's going to have that room anyway, but she's got to feed you, and she's going to eat at the best places. She's going to want you to look a certain way. So she's going to have to make sure you have the gear on, right? You can't come over here looking all bummy. So she's going to probably have to, buy clothes for you. That's going to hurt. And, women don't like to do that. And I ain't mad at them. I'm not saying that in a negative way. They just don't like to do that. Men don't have a problem doing that. Men don't have a problem using their money, their resources to bring on a woman who's not making as much. Guys don't even really think about how much money she's making, to be honest with you. I mean, some do, but that's not really a factor. Some guys are worried about how much she makes because they don't want to get a brokey. They don't want to have to deal with that because they think she's going to be a chicken head or whatever. So they're like, well, I'm only going to mess with professional women. So I'm making $200,000 a year. I'm going to mess with women who make $80,000 to $90,000 a year, who's a professional, and it is what it is. So it's just weird out there. But I think that we should focus on these young dudes and these older dudes, these lonely men, and help them get their game together. I think that, this VR thing is bad. Let's continue.
Wages are really low. Although people are working more hours, which also, if people are working more, they don't have time to even hang out with friends or go on dates or anything like that. It's all really trickling down from economic policy as usual.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, as someone on the left, I think the left's like economic program would be much more beneficial, not just to men, but to everyone in the country. But I do think there can be a blind spot because we do focus so much on the systemic issues, which I do think is the most important thing, that there is a lack of people who are saying, here are things you can do in your own life and not have to wait for 30 years for Congress to get their act together or to have a president who's going to like institute a living wage or whatever. I think there's a real void for that kind of a conversation, which, as you said, part of the problem is when this emerges, it's oftentimes in the context of we're worried men are moving to the right and we need them to be our political allies. Yes. So what?
Right. And they do that. They don't really care that men are lonely. They care. And I'm talking about the people on the left, political left. They don't like the fact that these lonely men are drifting towards the conservative side of the aisle. They're all kind of trending towards Republican, and the liberals, the Democrats are trying to figure out a way to get those lonely men over there with them on the left. And they're just going about it the wrong way. Right. So, and that was in the video we did when we broke down this video with the shoe on head. They don't like the fact that Andrew Tate, love him or hate him, Andrew Tate is doing what he can to help men. Same thing with Fresh and Fit, that platform. They're doing what they can to help men. Lucario, he's doing what he can to help dudes. That's what they're trying to do. Rollo Tomasi, Rich Cooper, Michael Surtain, Jay Waller, all these guys are really trying to help. Now they're making money in the process. And let's not get it twisted. They're making money in the process, and I don't have a problem with that either. But they are trying to help men. And you look at someone like Rollo Tomasi and, Fresh and Fit, I know they've saved some dudes from deleting themselves. I know it. I've seen the dudes. I've seen the messages. The guys come up like, yeah, man, I was going to do it at a day and time set. This is how I was going to do it. But I watched this video. I watched this live, or I read this book. Like a lot of guys point to the Rational Mail. I read the Rational Mail, and and I decided to give it another day. I decided I was going to live another day. And then I saw this video that Rich Cooper did. And I saw this video that the Fresh and Fit did. And those days added up to months and years. And now it's like, you know what? I'm better. I've gotten better. I've worked on myself, and I realized it wasn't me. That's what we need to be doing for these dudes. A lot of these guys are like, it's me. Like, it's me. Right. And it's like, nah, bro, it ain't you. It's not you. Right. And says you're right, Sister Candace, you're right. There's a difference between being exploitive and versus being genuine. Absolutely. Absolutely. When people ask me like, well, man, how come you be charging? I'm like, because it's a commitment. Like, I'll charge you to see if you're serious. I know you put some money up. I know you're serious, but if I see you really hurting, I'm going to talk to you. I ain't trying to get no money out. I'm just trying to keep you around another day. Hey, man, listen, I'm going to talk to you. Hey, man, we finna go do this next week. You should come join us. Right. If you show up, I'm going to buy you a drink. Like, man, I got your drink, man. You good. I want you to stay around. I want you to see that it's not you, bro. And I want you to hear these conversations. But yeah, there are people out there who are trying to, run your pockets. But that's part of the game. You need to learn the difference. Right. And once you get on your feet, then you can see it. Like, all right, I see what dude doing. I ain't messing with him. I see what she doing. I ain't messing with her, but I like what she's doing over here. So I'm gonna mess with her. That's all part of the game. Right. And you can't play the game if you delete yourself. Right. You got to be here to be in the game. So that is what it is. And that's definitely a win for Sister Candace. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely a difference. Let's continue.
What can we say to pander to them, to convince them that they should be on our team rather than a genuine concern for what's actually going on in their lives?
Yeah. Like I said in my video, it's like the left has all these great policies, but then absolutely drops the ball when it comes to cultural issues. So they don't really understand like how dating apps, for example, are like affecting men more than women, and how like all these things they don't really care. They're just
Can you actually talk more about that? Because I thought that was an interesting piece.
Hey, we know all about the dating apps, man. Dating apps is a waste of time. And there's so many dudes on these apps spending good money to be on these apps to meet people who don't even care. Most of the women on dating apps are there just to get validation. They're not even looking for somebody, man. Most of them are married. Most of the people on dating apps are married and they just want the attention. They ain't trying to meet you somewhere for real. You know, they might come out and have coffee with you, but then that's it. They just want the attention. You got some guys, you know, going crazy. All right, I'm gonna take her somewhere, get coffee. Okay, I'm gonna take her out to get some ice cream. Okay, now I'm ready to take her to dinner. I'm gonna take her to dinner at the nicest steakhouse. And why? She just wants the attention. Like, no, man. You know what I mean? And they just let it run and run and run and run and run and run. You feel me? They just let it run. And it's like you need game to see through that. You need game. And you like that whole one-nighters thing. You can't get locked on one woman. So many dudes, they get locked on. Hell, I've done it. Uncle Saint, bro, how you think I learned not to do it? I've done it. You get locked in, it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you. Don't lock in on somebody, not until you vet them properly. And I always say it takes at least 2 years to vet. Some people say, you know, they don't want to do 2 years, but take some time, at least a year. I like to use 2. I like to use 2 years. Brother Casual Germs in the building with the $20 super chat, man. I appreciate you, bro. Yes, please support the show. Let's get the lights up, man. I appreciate that, bro. I really do. Thank you so much, man. You know what I mean? I do. And it's to sit back and think that it's okay to allow technology to fill the void for these lonely men, I believe is the wrong way to go. It's the wrong way to go. You know what I mean? Sister Candace, she's like, I remember when there was a data breach with the Ashley Madison website. Yep. And husband and wives were shocked. I remember that too. I remember that too. People just, you know, when it comes to messing around, like a lot of people just want the attention. They ain't really trying to smash like that. And if they're out there and they are out there trying to smash like that, they get it. They get right to it. They don't have time to be going around for coffee and ice cream and long walks in the park. Nah, straight to the hotel, straight to the motel, straight to the car. They like, yo, I got 20 minutes. Let's get in the back seat and get this on. So game will teach you that. You know what I mean? And definitely shout out to Casual Germ. Really appreciate that, bro. Shout out to you, bro. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody who supports and needs to be coming through, man. I know I'll be coming on. I'm on doing like the end of rush hour and keep people, you know, kids coming home from school, homework and dinner and this and that. And people still rocking with me. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah, man, like the dating thing, we all know dating apps don't work, bro. And I tell dudes all the time, like, man, if you really, you know, before you do a dating app, man, just get on Tinder. Just get on Instagram. You know what I mean? If you're gonna pay somebody, you know, pay Fresh and Fit next time they do a DMs on demand course, which I don't know if they're gonna do one. They haven't done one in a while, you know, but get on with them DMs on demand or get into the CEO network, and there are guys in there who can show you how to do it. Right, because that's where it is right now for you young men out there, and some of you older dudes. Get your Instagram up. Women will reach out to you. Okay, make your highlight reel look better. Right, every time I'm in Miami, I'll be walking around just filming myself, and I'll post it on Instagram, and people go crazy, man. Folks be hitting me up. I'm like, wow, just because I'm walking around in Miami talking, I'm in Brickell talking on my phone, people be hitting me up. I mean, it's crazy. Brother Mandrell's in the building. What's good? The big picture. 211, the big picture, man. Check that out, y'all. What's good, bro? Good to see you. Let's continue with the video.
Why would you say dating apps affect men more than women?
So because there's this study that shows that like 80% of the women go to a very small percent of men. So like they're all basically picking the same man, right? Because like back when you had
the Pareto principle.
That's
correct.
correct.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Back when you had like you lived in like a little small town or something, or you had like this community. It was like, oh, you met men and women met each other that way. And a guy didn't have to have like what they say, like what a 6-pack, 6-figure, 6 Bugatti or whatever to get a woman. But now that people have like, I guess, more of a choice, they're kind of window shopping on men, right? Because men, first of all, don't know how to take a picture to save their life. So it's
facts. And this part right here, and this is coming from a female, so she's struggling to convey herself because she's not, you know, she doesn't really truly understand the male struggle no more than we understand the female struggle, right? And I get that. But she's letting you know what it is. the biggest thing, the biggest rift from the old ways to the current ways is technology. And it's the fact that you're no longer stuck in your area. You're no longer stuck in your zone. You're not stuck in your zone anymore. Right? It used to be like, y'all know I'm from Ohio. I grew up in Cincinnati. So you in your neighborhood, you might be the guy in your neighborhood, and then you kind of branch out to be like one of the big guys in the city. The women in the city, like, okay, the women ain't in your neighborhood, but if other neighborhoods, they see you at events, and it's like, okay, so now you out there, you one of the top tier dudes in the city. Women see that, they're gonna make their choices. They get to choose from the dudes in their neighborhood, the dudes in their city, maybe the guys in their state, right? And then that's it. That was it. That the outer bubble is the state. That was it. Like, okay. And back in the day, normally you will go to college somewhere in your state. So you go Ohio State or Wilberforce, you know what I mean? Notre Dame. If you're not in your state, you're real close, right? So that was it. You had to make up your mind. All right, I'm gonna get the best guy I can get. It's this dude over here, right? If I'm not gonna marry my high school sweetheart, all right, let me holler at this dude that I met who's Mr. Big in the city, or I go to college at Ohio State and I met this dude from Youngstown. I'm gonna marry him, whatever. But that was it. Now with technology, the entire world is at play. It's all in play. The entire world. Some dude from London can hit you up, right? Some dude from Japan, from Tokyo can hit you up. You know what I mean? Some dude from Medellin can hit you up, right? Let alone all the big cities in your country, LA, San Francisco, New York, Miami, Vegas. Women have so many choices, and they're trying to get the best one, and they don't want to short themselves, right? They don't want to short themselves, so they're gonna just entertain these options. Let me just go ahead and thirst trap a little bit on Instagram, right? Let me go ahead, let me look at this blue check. Oh, this blue check hit me up. What are you talking about? All right, I like the guy at home. I like the dude in Cincinnati who's making $80,000 a year, maybe $90,000 a year. Good money in that part of the world. Right? He's got himself a nice home, lives in a good school district. He's a good guy, goes to church, he's God-fearing, all that, pays his taxes. He ain't never been in real drama. He wasn't in the streets like that. I got him sitting here, but let me see what's up with this dude in LA. And then it's like, well, let me see what's up with this dude in Miami. Whoa, this guy in London. That's what wrecked the game. That's what wrecked the game. And then dudes are gamed up and they see it. Come on now. You look at someone like Andrew Tate. Say what you want about him, man. Bugattis and all this, but he's flying around on private jets. He's on yachts. He got these exotic cars, living in these like mansions, mini mansions and all stuff all over the place. And he has his choice of who he wants to mess with on planet Earth. Right? There's women coming to holler at him, bro. They coming to holler at him. You know what I mean? Like Casual James, like, yeah, he's like, fact, man, I hate taking pictures of myself. Yeah, dudes, I'm horrible at taking pictures, bro. I'll take a picture, post it. I don't care. Hey, don't you want to look at it? Don't you want to put a filter on it? No, I don't want to do none of that, man. Just put it up. Just put it up. It's good. It's good. Don't you want to see it? Nah, just put it up. I don't care. But women don't do that. Women understand that technology allows them, to select from all over. And they get to, I'm going to pick the best. I'm going to pick the best. And a lot of women, they know in the back of their mind, like, okay, yeah, all guys want sex, but they'll fall for that. He's the prince to come sweep me off my feet. They'll fall for that. Dude comes in, smashes, does his thing, sends her back home. And now she's all messed up. And it ain't just about the sex either. She's just like, man, I just had dinner with, like the prince of whatever. Like I just had dinner with Wellington or whatever those names they have, like the Prince of Yorkshire or whatever. Or we just had lunch with the Sultan of so-and-so on his boat, on his yacht. We flew a helicopter out onto his yacht. They landed the helicopter on the boat. You know what I mean? Then you back at home with your dude making $90,000 a year. He comes home talking about, I just got that big promotion. I'm at $100,000 now. Come on, baby, let's go crazy tonight. We're gonna go to Applebee's. That doesn't compare with, in the back of her mind, she's like, bro, I was just in the Mediterranean on a yacht. You know what I mean? You talking about Applebee's? And the dude has no idea she's doing those things. That's all part of the game. That guy had no game whatsoever. He's working on an old script, and he's like, look, I'm the best in this town. I'm making $100,000 now. I'm handsome, and I played high school football. whatever. And she's like, not good enough. Not good enough. And so dudes are slow to get on board with this new game. So, you know, when you talk about dating apps and all that, that's what women are using. They're using dating apps, they're using social media, Instagram, the #1 dating app on the planet. Shout out to Fresh. Fresh been saying that for years now. And dudes are just sitting back dumbfounded because they're like, it's us, right? We've been together since the playground. It's us, right? Not anymore, bro. It's not us anymore. Let's continue.
It's like they're taking these awful pictures of themselves and they're just like judging a book by its cover and just swiping on them. Oh, they don't have this, they don't have that, whatever. And so it's a little harder for like a good, normal guy to find a woman when they're all going to the same men, like, you know, with the six packs and everything. And there's actually studies that have shown that men are actually men on dating apps are more likely to have bulimia than women on dating apps. There's like,
and that's insane right there, y'all. If you a dude out there, man, you come on, man, get it together. Get it together. You know, but again, this is what social media does. This is what technology has done. The game is upside down now. We're all in the upside down. And it's only thing that's going to get you out of the upside down is being gamed up on the situation. You need that. You need that. So this video will be clipped in the description, so you guys can check out the whole thing. I suggest you check it out. It's a really good video. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was definitely digging it. And this whole lonely man struggle thing. I did one night I had one of those lit saint nights. I came home and I was you know, I had a couple to drink or whatever. I had some drinks. But I posted this video, a 1 minute short, and we're gonna check this out right now. I'll just do it this way. Out there, mostly men, they've never enjoyed the touch of a woman. They've never enjoyed those intimate moments with a woman, be it, you know what I mean, like the puppy love you get as kids and all that kind of stuff, you know, elementary, middle school, and high school. They don't know what it's like to walk around holding hands. They don't know what it's like to fall asleep on the phone talking to somebody, right? They don't know what it's like to smell her hair before she knew about perfume and you just smelling like her shampoo or whatever, right? They don't know about any of that. They don't know about just leaning up against the wall and she's leaning up against you. Like, you know, you're back to the wall and her back is on you. They don't know that. That's what I'm sitting here thinking about it now. Like, bro, there's men walking around this planet that they don't know the touch of a woman. They don't know that, or a girl. Like they've never had it. You're talking about dudes, they never had their first kiss and they in their 30s, bro. There are people out. So that video, that clip, I put that clip out, and I think it's like over 2,000 views for that little 1 minute clip, right? That is a lot of views for this channel. And there's a couple more out there, right? I did one where I was telling about the first time I got a hug. I was in middle school and I got a hug from this young woman. We went on to become friends later on, but like Kenya, she gave me a hug, changed my life, right? So a lot of people relate to this. And then I was going through the comments, and there was some guys in there's like, yeah, I'm that dude. I'm in my 40s, never had it, still haven't. I'm in my 40s, still waiting on that kiss. There were some guys in there. It's like, yeah, man, be nice to know what it feels like to hold a woman or to be seen. There was some dudes in there who were just mad. There's dudes in there that were straight up angry. That doesn't make any sense. I did a video and it's like, they don't know what it's like to, fall asleep on the telephone talking to somebody. And that sounds so stupid. Why would you do that? And blah, blah, blah. Just angry. I'm like, dude, bro, why are you so mad? You know what I mean? You're obviously reaching out. Right? These people are just kind of reaching out for help, man. It's like, and I was reaching out to these dudes, those guys that hit me up. I hit them back like, yo, man, what's up, bro? You know what I mean? Like, I hit them back. Because that has to be horrible. Like, I ain't never felt that. That must be horrible. I've always had people. I've always been, let's keep it real, popular. I've always been a cool kid. Even when I wasn't a cool kid, they knew who I was. Like, and I just kind of grew into it. So I can only imagine how bad that is. I did a video where we were talking about. I was in a gentleman's club, right? A strip club, like a gentleman's club, and there was a dude in there who was just looking for a connection for anybody. He wasn't even in there like for the girls and the booties and all that kind of stuff. He was in there to have a conversation with anybody. I'm like, it just blew my mind. Like, this guy has to come into this place just to have a conversation. He's paying money just to talk to folks. You got to pay to park your car. You got to pay to get in. I don't, I get in for free, but you got to pay to get in the joint. He buying shots. He's sitting there like trying to engage in conversation. Bro, that just blew my mind. Like, damn, bro, this is what you got to do just to, because in my mind, I'm thinking like, ain't you got some friends? And no, he probably does not have any friends. So guys like that are going to wind up turning to this AI thing, bro. And that's scary, man. That's so scary. We shouldn't be doing that, man. That's scary. AI is not the way. So here's the video I really wanted to get to. This video right here. It's about a little over 10 minutes. Why AI girlfriends will replace Instagram models and other influencers, right? Influencers. AI women are taking over. This is from FBE Capital. It'll be definitely linked, and I hope you guys go and check it out. Let me pull it up. This is the video that I really want you guys to see, and check this out, man. This is just crazy. Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's check this out.
So I was working on a video for another channel about the effects of AI on fashion and modeling when it actually hit me, which is that this topic deserves a closer look on the main channel in relation to male-female interactions in society today. Because on this channel, I've repeatedly mentioned how incredibly stupid it is for feminism to push women to constantly sexualize themselves, since now you've left the door wide open for AI to completely replace you.
The threat of artificial intelligence,
AI,
the boom in AI,
has now created an AI girlfriend.
sending her marriage proposals.
Man, did y'all see that? Where is she? The AI girlfriend right there? Bro. That right there. Bro. Like, that woman, that's wow. Wow. That's computer generated. Wow. Man, look at that picture. Wow. Who wouldn't fall in love with that after a while, man? Your mind will let go. You will forget that that's fantasy. And you're receiving messages. You're looking at your phone. You're getting dopamine hits. Looking at a picture like that, you will forget that it's fantasy. You will believe that it's real. And the thing is probably a woman walking around and looks just like that, and you think it's her. This is some scary stuff, man. Let's continue.
Real person. She's an AI creation.
The first chatbot app that lets you talk to your AI girlfriend like a real human.
We need a wake-up call here. We have a perfect storm of corporate irresponsibility, widespread adoption of these new tools, a lack of regulation, and a huge number of unknowns.
But this is a case where you have a very serious danger to the public. And therefore, there needs to be a public body that has insight and then oversight to confirm that everyone is developing AI safely.
You see, hot computer-generated women have been around for decades now, and were mostly used in computer games to create these mathematically perfect beauties. However, as we've now learned with the online video streaming revolution, that's actually not what most people prefer. Most people actually prefer things to be a bit more natural, less perfect, a bit more amateurish, if you know what I'm saying. And this is where hyper-realistic AI generation comes in. Newer generations of AI generators are getting faster and more realistic.
Man, look at that, y'all. That's beyond scary. That is beyond scary. Life of Cash is in the building. What's good, bro? Welcome to the Matrix. Comment, like, and subscribe. Please do. Yeah, and welcome to the Matrix. He's right about that, man. We'll see you tomorrow, man. It's tomorrow, 8 o'clock at the cigar joint, bro. You know what I mean? I got you, man. Look forward to meeting you. In real life. I keep telling folks, man, YouTube ain't real. You know what I mean? I can't wait to meet brother Life of Cash so I can say I know him. And I look forward to meeting each and every one of my day ones. It's one of my things. I want to get it done within the next 2 years. I want to be able to go and meet all of my day ones so I can honestly say I know you. He was like, I'm in there like swimwear. Pause, my nigga. Yeah, I know I don't use the N-word much, but I think it was appropriate just then. But I cannot believe how realistic AI has gotten, and it's only getting better. This is so scary. Let's continue.
By the day, and it's becoming increasingly more difficult to tell them apart from real images. And remember, we're only just getting started with this mass adoption of AI. So as newer and better versions of AI image generation and AI video generation are coming out, they will absolutely destroy the human-powered Instagram or OF creator who only even exist due to extreme levels of simping.
For instance, this man who lives in Australia that sent me this $42,000, whom I've never met.
Wow, seek help, bro. Please drop a like on the video if you think that AI will completely replace these so-called influencers, and comment down below what you think. Now, not only will AI do a far better job at creating content to simp over, but AI will also produce a much greater volume, thereby fully saturating the market.
Y'all hear that? Fully saturating the market. They're not lying. AI, artificial intelligence, will figure out that market and will provide what these guys are looking for before these guys even know that's what they want. That's the thing. That's the thing. This is a computer. This is a machine. This thing ain't got no feelings. It's the real Terminator. And it's only going to feed the algo. And it's going to make money hand over fist. Dudes are going to go broke. Sister Candace, she's like, there's a reality show on Netflix called Deep Fake Love. Word? I'm about to check that out. Which uses AI to show contestants' partners cheating on them. They must determine if the infidelity is real or fake. Shaking my head. I don't want to watch that now. If that's the premise, that's wrong. Wow, that's crazy. Let's do a show where we use AI to show your spouse cheating on you, and in order to win the game, you have to tell us if that was real or fake. That's a head fuck. I'm sorry, y'all. I've been trying not to curse, but that's a head fuck. Who would sign up for that? Who would sign up for that? That doesn't make any sense at all. I'm watching the AI version of my wife getting smashed. It looks like my wife. That trust, who's to say that the producer at the end, like, no, that was the AI version, and then later on the producer was like, nah, that was your wife getting smashed. Matter of fact, I was the one smashing her. That kind of doubt. Oh my God, why? Like, why, Brother Penny? Software is infidelity scalable. Every man could have a companion if they wanted to. Once they make it to where, like, the sex bots, like, they can actually touch these bots, that just in the house. Yeah, like I said earlier, bro, it is a wrap. It is over for human contact once they have a synthetic woman that works. This program powered by AI. Oh my God, let's continue.
You will basically have an influencer arms race with millions of new AI profiles popping up all over the place.
Look at them
all
pictures.
Producing even greater amounts of content.
Damn, look at them
and
pictures.
Pushing that content further.
Man, look at that picture, bro. That's AI. Man, that's a beautiful woman right there, bro. That's fake. The way my mind works is like, yo, is she out there for real? Because I'll go find the real version and go holler at her. Is that fake? Wow.
And further, even past what most human creators would be comfortable with.
As far as your, self-respect having a price, it does pay good, but a few more years and you're going to want your self-respect back. I just want to make you guys aware of how lonely of a job this truly is, because you will lose friends and family.
You see, AI doesn't have this pesky problem of having some small remaining sense of self-respect. Neither does it need to sleep, eat, or live their best life. It can simply produce content 24/7 and fully meet any request that a subscriber might have. AI can even generate dozens of variations of the same piece of content, and it can proactively predict what a subscriber might want to see well before they think of this themselves. This will make the user experience even more enticing and will make it even harder for real women to compete on those platforms. Something that
Wow. Wow. And you know, it's some deprived dudes out there. So they'll be like typing into their AI OF girl, I want you to bang a cactus, but no problem. Here you go. It's kind of like having a genie. It's some deprived dudes out there. And it's only gonna allow them to feed that beast inside of them, man. That is, and they're alone on top of that, man. That's great. When you got dudes who simply just want a girlfriend, I'm not even thinking about the wild dudes, but the dudes out there who they just want someone to care about them, right? I keep thinking about that. In the other clip we were watching, like the comment when the guy like, I just want someone to care about me that's not my mom or dad. I just want someone to just thinking about me. That's all they want. They just want to come home and they get a text message or a DM from this beautiful woman who's like, hey, how was your day, baby? That's it. That's all they want. That guy's gonna have to spend goo gobs of money to get that. And I think it's sad. It's really sad. Brother Life of Cash is saying, DL, this issue, AI coin deepfakes, already happened with Twitch streamers live. Word? I heard about some Twitch streamers that were actually, getting it on. It was actually doing, bouncing up and down on somebody. But you couldn't see it all. And she got suspended for like a day or something like that. And then you had some Twitch streamers who were just talking and got banned for life. I don't do Twitch or whatever. I don't know that world, but I've seen the stories. But let's continue.
that currently is already difficult enough. Because as it turns out, even though women can easily make $10,000 or even $100,000 a month on these platforms, many of them are struggling to get to this level simply because of the ever-increasing competition. With AI, this competition would easily increase 100 or even 1,000-fold, since now even a 30-year-old man can become a 19-year-old blonde, a big booty Latina, or a hot Asian chick. And this would be done not to have some weird interaction with another man, but simply because it will be a massive moneymaker.
And choose your subscription plan. You can pay by the minute or by the month, depending on how often you want to talk to Karen AI. Once you're in the app, you can start chatting right away.
You see, in the past, if you were a man, you would never become the next Pokimane, to then produce the exact same groundbreaking content as she does.
I really like the other camera, and I don't know why it keeps overheating and go boom. Stop!
Now, despite Pokimane believing that all of her followers are there for her amazing personality and wisdom, the comments on her photos, videos, and streams paint a completely different picture.
Pokimane drinking water, or whatever she's drinking, has now been turned into, thanks to Pokimane Hot, head with eye contact. Wouldn't last 10 seconds, not gonna lie. Imagine her soft lips around. I wouldn't last more than 10 seconds either. She's just too much. Same.
And so with AI, you would have the power to...
Like, I heard a lot about Pokimane. Pokimane, whatever her name is. I didn't know she was that thick. I'm trying to back this up. I didn't know she was thick like that, yo. Yeah. No, shorty fine. But as a guy, I'm not gonna go on her only feet or whatever, only OF site or go on Twitch. Nah, I'll go to an event. And if she's there, like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? I'm gonna holler at her. And then it's like, oh, that's my husband. I got a boy. Okay, that's cool. But if she give me the look, it might be smoke in the city. Her husband might have a problem. But I didn't know she was thick like that, bro. Like, and all she does is this. She just, sits around and you'll blur out her feet. So I guess she makes the dudes pay extra to see her feet. And aren't you supposed to play games? Do she even play games? See, I don't even know, bro. Like this is why you can't do what these dudes are doing. Oh, she's got this bottle in her mouth. Oh, I wouldn't last this and that. These guys are encouraging each other too. These guys need real life experience. These guys need real game. Real game. That is crazy. Brother Life of Cash is saying a married male Twitch streamer was accidentally caught watching a deep fake live on his stream. Yes. It was her and a few others. I am aware of that. I saw it on somebody. It might have been this dude who's on the screen now. I saw it on someone's channel. Yeah, Shoo only feats. Yeah, Shoo. I gotta call her. I gotta call her. We gotta get Shoo on. I already got an idea for a show, so hopefully we can get her on in a couple weeks, not next Thursday. Next Thursday I'll be traveling, but maybe a Thursday after. So we got to get her on. Only feats, hilarious. But let's continue.
Contact wouldn't last 10 seconds, not gonna lie. Imagine her soft lips around. I wouldn't last more than 10 seconds either. She's just too much. Same.
And so with AI, you would have the power to create a whole army of Pokemains, all slightly different from each other to fit each individual user's personal preference. But the AI takeover can get much crazier than this. You see, when you push an entire society towards a more and more sexualized version of itself, you get this twisted relation between self-worth and number of likes and views online, where women, and in particular younger women, will push their own boundaries further and further just to be noticed and get that sweet rush of external validation. Now, even in today's messed up world, some women still have boundaries and a level of self-respect, and so you can't just hop on Instagram or Tinder and start asking random women for birthday suit pics, especially if you're not a gigachat. However, with AI, this boundary would be non-existent, and the possibilities would be endless. You could literally use generative AI imaging to set up a classic thirst trap Instagram page saying DM me for more. People could then start DMing this hyper-realistic AI, and whatever type of photo you want, she would produce for you. And every now and then, she would just casually slip in, hey, cash out me $10 so I can pay for my rent or food or whatever. You would then have the most lucrative pen pal business in the world. Now, in the past, we've already seen some of the early stages of these types.
Man, he's so right. He's so right. That game, I mean, it's primed, it's set up. That's it. It's gonna be trillions made off of that, y'all. Trillions. I think we're gonna see the first trillionaire come behind this. Trillions. I mean, they can feed whatever it is it is wow. And Brother Pitney's right. Like AI could literally disrupt the coin industry and put S workers out of business. The only route a real woman could go would be face to face, pay for play. I agree with you 100%. That's you're right. That's it. That's the only chance an organic woman will have, which on the one hand, it will push all of the organic women out of that space, but replace them with something far worse. Not to say that I'm not saying women are bad, but I'm saying what would replace these women, this type of algo, the AI, is gonna have guys just strung out, man. I think this is gonna be worse than drugs, bro. I think this is worse than heroin, worse than fentanyl. I think guys are just gonna really be screwed up. And if you're looking at, like, we talk about the bottom 80 who most women don't see, at least half of those guys they're not even gonna want to be seen anymore. They're gonna stay in their homes. They're gonna go out, make their money, and that is crazy. Yeah, look like Law and Order sound like that's not allowed here, sir. Boy, it is. Digital is okay. In real life is a no-go. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Yeah, movie examples, Equilibrium, Matrix. Right. This is the last thing lonely men need. And I'm telling you, the first trillionaire is going to be whoever's behind this tech. That's going to be the first trillionaire. Whoever has the biggest platform, whoever's behind this tech is going to be a legit trillionaire. Let's continue.
Types of services. However, most of them were still quite limited.
Do you like boxed wine? This is what I would do in real life. Oh, look, her level's going up at the top.
I've never tried it, but I'm willing to give it a try.
So how do
I just want to stop it real quick. Did y'all see that quick spin the bottle thing that was going on? They were playing spin the bottle. You playing spin the bottle with an AI, with with a bot or whatever. That's what I'm talking about. I played spin the bottle in real life. One's in the chat if you ever played spin the bottle and keep it 100. I played spin the bottle in real life. The last time I played spin the bottle, I was a full grown man in LA. I was at the W in downtown LA. It was a rooftop bar, downtown LA rooftop, W. I'm sitting, because there's a pool deck on the top of the hotel, right? We're sitting there. I'm just down there kicking it. I forget why I was down there. Someone told me to go. I'm there. And there was a group of just beautiful people, beautiful women, men and women. I sit down and they're playing spin the bottle. This was 2000 and something, right? This had to be like 05, 06, something like that. And I'm sitting there and they're like, because I was just looking for a place to sit. I've been, had a couple of drinks or whatever. And they're like, hey, we're playing spin the bottle. It's your turn. I'm just sitting there. So this girl spins the bottle, man, points this dime. She walks right in, she crawls right over to me, we start making out. She's like, oh, you're a good kisser. Spin the bottle for real. Sister Candace was like, no, sir. Sister Candace ain't played. And Brother Pitney, I feel you, man. On the realistic images, man, it's only going to get better. Life of Cash is like, yeah, old school dudes know what I'm talking about. Sister Candace is like, no, she didn't play spin the bottle. Boy, I played a lot worse than spin the bottle. We had some mods. We had some modifications on spin the bottle, man. The stuff that we was doing with a bottle. I'm just saying. But that was real life. We were interacting with real people. These dudes are playing spin the bottle with a computer generated woman. Man, that's crazy, man. Life of Cash is like, love the W Hotel. Great minds think alike. Yeah, W. I rock with the W, man. Like, and it was three in the LA areas. One in Beverly Hills, which I don't really care for. It's old. I don't really care for it. Whereas they call it Beverly Hills, but really it's Westwood. It's right next to UCLA campus, but whatever. No, I take it back. They call it Bel Air. We were joking about it. Like, what is Bel Air? Like Bel Air is like a mile away, 2 miles away. But anyway, there's that one. There's one in West Hollywood on Hollywood Boulevard, right across from the Pantages, and there's the one downtown LA. The one downtown LA is like in a skyscraper. But yeah, bro, great minds do think alike, bro. It's like Shotty is a 10 for sure. Sister Lady Navo's in the building. What's good, sis? How you feeling? Welcome. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate it. And for all you guys out there checking me out, man, if you're ninja watching, I appreciate you. Please do me a favor. Just hit that like. And for all you who are new, have subscribed. We got a bunch of subscribers that hit us up. Actually, shout out to Fresh and Fish. Shout out to Myron Gaines. I sent a super chat in earlier this week because I hadn't watched them in a while. They had a good show on with Steve the accountant. I sent in a super chat, and Myron he showed me some love, bro. He really showed me some love. And he told people to come subscribe, and boy, they did. They did. Shout out to y'all. Thank you, Myron. You know what I mean? Myron doesn't drink, but I'll buy him some Red Bulls next time I see him. In fact, I'll be down there soon. So next time I see him, I'll buy him some Red Bulls. But yeah, it is. This is bad, yo. This is bad, man. Let's finish out this video.
Does Pi compare to Corinne AI? Well, it depends on what you're looking for in an AI girlfriend. If you want a chatbot that can send you selfies and video messages, then Karen AI might be better for you. If you want a chatbot that can motions and gestures, then Pi might be better for you.
Later on, engineers start by focusing more and more on improving the imagery and making the overall experience much more realistic. Which means that pretty soon you could basically start selling these hyper-realistic AI girlfriends as subscription packages where you would have a unique AI model that would be indistinguishable from a real woman. She would be able to send you perfect text messages, call you up, leave sexy voice messages, send fun pics, and do whatever you want on video, all in the most natural and realistic way possible. This would literally be the digital version of this girl.
I please my man in every way. All the way, wake him up. He gets, before he leaves out the door, he's leaving empty. So at work, I am calling him like, come outside, it's your lunch break.
Now we all know she's just saying this to go viral and probably doesn't mean any of it, but.
Facts. She was lying, yo. She was lying. Are there women out there who take care of you like that? Yeah. But this woman right here just talking crazy, man, trying to get the money. Now there's going to be a digital version of her. Whew, we'll see.
It still sounds pretty damn good to hear her say this. Which is exactly my point. This woman might be full of it, yes, pun intended, but an AI version of her would do the exact same thing, and it would do so in a very believable and natural fashion. So just think about it for a sec. Because
I wanted to pause it there because I want to deposit on this again, man. I'm stuck on these pictures, bro. These are beautiful pictures. Again, in my mind, it's like, I want to meet the real woman. Where is this lady at? But these women aren't going to exist outside of the computer realm. These women are digitally created, and these guys are completely falling in love with them right now in real time. It's already happening. I've already seen stories. This is not good, guys. This is not good at all.
Believable and natural fashion. So just think about it for a sec, because you're basically getting a world in which you can have the perfect girlfriend for free, or maybe just $10 a month, texting you and calling you in the perfect way and sending you all the photos and videos that you desire, whenever you want them. And to make it even better, you can have as many of these as you can handle, all responding to your every request. So no more left unread on dating apps, bye-bye OF subscriptions, and bye-bye Instagram thoughts that give you nothing but demand your constant attention. Because none of these platforms will be able to deliver the amount of content, quality, and customization that AI would be able to give you. So the question then becomes, is all of this a good thing? Well, apart from ending OF and Instagram careers, no, I don't think so. I basically feel as if we're all standing on a beach looking out at sea towards a massive incoming tsunami. And really, all that we can do is say, we're fucked. Because there's really nothing we can do here to stop this. I've heard some people mention legislation and that we need new AI laws, but that's coming from the same people that barely understand the internet or data encryption.
How? Yeah, if you're waiting on the government to come out with laws to save this impending tsunami, like dude put it, man, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. That's like sitting inside of a burning building, calling the fire department and waiting for them to get there before you leave the building. I ain't gonna leave the building, fire department to be here directly. Like, come on now, get out the building first. Like, that building is burning. So politicians ain't gonna help because they don't understand it. I barely understand it. And politicians are older than me. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Brother Life of Cash is like, think of the movies, her and Blade Runner 2049. They even have physical surrogates for the AI and synthetic companions. Yeah, like, you know, science fiction does a good job of showing what's coming, right? They do a good job. I mean, they don't hit it on the nail, like the nail on the head all the time, but they paint a broad picture. And we've seen this. Like you said, we can point to movies right now that shows this world. Point to half a dozen movies right now that shows this world. This is a bad thing for humans. Let's continue.
What the hell? You can't access a phone? I just find baffling.
So yeah, legislators coming to the rescue is definitely not going to happen. These guys are still trying to regulate crypto, and preventing AI proliferation or misuse will be almost impossible to achieve anyways. You would have to mandate that every profile on every platform is verified with passports, banking details, you name it, just like with brokerage accounts. However, that would only cover the official websites, and it would just create a lucrative market for getting AI people verified. The speed at which AI is improving and being adopted into new technologies is absolutely insane, and I really don't see a way of preventing this from having a massive negative impact on how men and women interact with each other. We've basically past the point of no return, where we started celebrating all of this depravity on social media as some sort of liberation and a win for women, when in reality, many women are already suffering from this hyper flirty society.
Man, he ain't never lied. Y'all see the videos on TikTok all the time, right? Y'all know I don't have TikTok because TikTok is a weapon used by the Chinese Communist Party to destroy America. That's why I don't mess with TikTok, but I still see them. I just don't have it on my phone. You know what I mean? I don't want the Chinese Communist government to know where I get my food at because they track everything you do on TikTok. But that's a whole nother story. But the thing is this, I see women all the time on TikTok. I see women all the time on some Instagram shorts crying about decisions they made. Like they got out there and they're doing this thing, and they were thinking like this is empowering, and I'm making all this money. But at the end of the day, it ruins them. It absolutely destroys them, right? And it's like not all of them. Some women don't even care. They get it. They want the money. They cool, whatever. But a lot of the women, it just absolutely destroys them. And I tell these young girls all the time, all money ain't good money. You be thinking about what you're doing, because once you upload it, it's out there forever, right? As what is it, Mia Khalifa? Ask her. You know what I mean? You ain't snatching that back. It's out there forever. You decide to have a family, meet a guy, you have, you know what I mean, want to have kids and all that. You ain't hiding this. It's going to show up. There's going to be kids on the playground showing your little boy or your little girl, you getting banged out by 15 dudes, or you know what I mean, bouncing up and down on a baseball bat, or whatever it is you got going on in your OnlyFans, right? Like it is what it is. Let's continue.
Many women feel as if men only want them for one thing, and they get completely distraught after yet another boom boom chow session, after which the guy discards them. With the rise of AI models and pretty soon full-on AI girlfriend subscriptions, this experience will only get much, much worse. This was how AI will destroy OF and Instagram. Please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more videos.
And yeah, man, that was a good video. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a good video. Shout out to them. That was a good video. That was FBE Capital. It'll be linked in the description. Man, please go over there, like and subscribe. Check them out. They got some good stuff going on there. Brother Penny, like you're right. Like no one's been hurt yet. You want to get ahead of this. You don't want to be behind it. They're always behind it. Like it'll be nice to have something set up to where people don't get hurt in the first place, right? It would be nice, but it's not going to happen. And this is a free society, man. Capitalism is ugly, bro. It is what it is. I mean, I'm telling you, this is going to make a trillionaire. This technology is going to make a trillionaire. The first trillionaire is going to come behind this, bro. That's my take on it. There's so much money in this. It's so many lonely dudes, right? Just think about it. Most dudes aren't even out there working anymore, man. So it's so many lonely dudes. This is a reason for them to get out there and work. Maybe the powers that be, maybe they're behind it. They're like, you know what? We need to find out a way to get these guys off their butt and start working again. We need to put the battery in their back. And here it is. They're going to go out here and work all kinds of jobs so they can come home to that AI bot. That bot can be programmed to say, hey, why don't you go out and make some money? Why don't you go out and buy this? Why don't you go out and buy that? I need money for this. They're going to go work harder. And it's AI. I can tell them where to go, go over here and apply. You can get a job over here. You can go over here and work 5 hours a day. You go over here and work this and that. Think about that for a moment. You have a product that can talk your consumer into going out making more money so you can pay more money to consume the product. Wow, where is my tinfoil hat? Boy, trillionaire. There's someone that's going to be, it's going to be the first trillionaire is going to come out of this space. The first trillionaire is going to, I'm going to have to start going to some of these conventions. I'm going to have to do that. And Brother Cash, you're right, man. Why would anyone in an 80% not go for an AI girlfriend or in real life versus in real life? Return on investment. It's easy, bro. This AI thing is just going to be easy. It's going to feed the beast, so to speak. All they got to do is pay, and they're going to fall in love with this fantasy, right? There's so many. I mean, look what happened to Matt Tateo, right? Think about that. Look what happened to Matt Tateo. Now you got AI generated stuff that can comb your social media and find out all this stuff about you and be able to feed this stuff back to you. It's like, this is the perfect girl. I think dudes they'll just let go and fall into that fantasy and just pay whatever they got to pay, bro. I guess the good thing is these AI women won't look, they're not based on real life women, so they're not going to be able to hunt them down. I guess if the guys try to hunt them down, they'll wind up finding some service somewhere or whatever. So me, I'd rather have the organic. You know what I mean? I'd rather have I want a real woman. I want the good, the bad, and the horrific. I want to deal with it. I love the interaction. I'm cool with that. I'm not cool with this AI thing. And then later on, when they actually have the synthetic woman, I don't know, that's another topic for another, for another day. That's another topic for another show. Brother Cash is like, the refrigerator made a lot of money, but along came Coca-Cola that needed the fridge. AI is the fridge. Wow. All right, you're right, man. $1 trillion industry right here, bro. I think the first trillionaire is gonna come from this industry, y'all. So that's it. That's all I had to say about that, man. That's the end of the show. Thanks for rocking with me, y'all. What do y'all think, though? Like, am I wrong to think that this is the beginning of the end? Like, to me, this is the apocalypse. I'm looking at this like this is not gonna go good. This is not gonna go good at all. Am I wrong? Am I overthinking it? Should I be more like Brother Pitney? Is like, hey man, they're bottom 80 anyway. Like they weren't gonna get any contact with women anyway. At least this way they're happy a little bit, right? At least, am I overthinking this thing? Give us some thought. Let me know, man. Throw it in the comments or something, or hit me up on Instagram. If you know what I mean, let me know what you think, because I am curious about this, man. There's the Instagram scrolling along the bottom right there. Life of Cash is like, great show. The sun is still shining. It sure is, man. I got to go cook. I got to go make my daughter some dinner. I don't know what she wants to eat. I think she's going to want a hamburger. We got turkey, ground turkey. She likes that. Turkey burgers and fries. I'll probably make that for her tonight. We'll see what she wants. Thanks for rocking out with me. I appreciate it, man. Tomorrow, Friday, I will be on early. I won't be on at 6. Friday is going to be tough for me now that I think about my schedule. So I'm going to be Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Probably go early. So tomorrow I'm definitely gonna have some stuff to talk about. I got some more ideas out here. So trust me, it's probably gonna be a downrange podcast tomorrow. And then I'll probably do something late for I really want to know. Maybe I'll film myself because the new Templars are meeting tomorrow. So we got that. I gotta make sure I get to that meeting on time. So I'm definitely gonna do something tomorrow early. I'm not sure what it is yet. It might even just be a deal short. I don't know. But Saturday and Sunday, I'll definitely get up and do something. And we're going to keep this thing rocking, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I really do. Brother Life of Cash is like Black Pill. Only so many spots at the top. Facts. But I think that it's only, I don't look at it as spots, though. I think there's a line. Above that line, there's an infinite amount of top tier dudes. You just got to get above that line. So, I like the metaphor 80-20, but anyone can become seen. Once you cross that line, once you do the work, now you're seen. So, but you read the Black Pillars, they're like, there's only so many spots, so why even try? Now, I think it's an infinite number of spots. You get yourself up to that point, right? You cross that line and women see you. And then you can do what you want to do at that point. But yeah, I don't believe there's like it's only 100 slots. So the rest of you guys just stay bow down. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that at all. So appreciate it, man. I'm out of here. That was a good show. That was fun. Be looking for the shorts. I'm gonna chop that down into some shorts, man. Definitely some 1 minute shorts and stuff like that. 8 to 12 minute shorts and stuff like that. I'm curious to see what the rest of the world thinks about this AI thing, man. I think it's gloom and doom time, but I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. So, all right. I'm gonna holler at you later. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. Peace.
Darn, that's the end.